It's Portland Bulldogs boys basketball on WPPS, brought to you by the Portland Public Schools. Promise, prepared, and empowered. Now we send you to the broadcast booth with Steve Schwartz and Frank Myatt. So we're here with senior point guard Brady Toer. Brady, congratulations on a great year.
Thank you.
You really are the person who kind of runs the offense. And I want to ask you, first of all, are you surprised that you guys are in the state final?
I'm not surprised. There's been a lot of ups and downs with the season that surprised me, obviously. Just that's the way life goes. But I'm not surprised. I knew we could make it here, and all of our expectation was to make it here, make it right to this game, and win this game, hopefully.
So this will be the last time that you put on a uniform, I think, as a Portland High School player. What are your thoughts as you graduate on this year and past years playing?
I'm just glad how I've came in and affected the program. I think that's all like what we hope to do is to affect something positively that we've experienced. So my experience here, I hope, has been positive, and I hope that when we win this game, it's even more positive with the history that's gone down here in the past.
Well, I got to say, what a pleasure it is to have watched you. You know, you're one of my favorite players. You're leading the team in assists, and we wish you all the best on Saturday or Monday.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I hope to get a lot of assists Saturday. So,
good luck.
Right, thank you. I appreciate it.
So we're here with senior Kennedy Charles. Kennedy, you are the Fitzpatrick Trophy, one of the finalists. Had a great football season. You got to the state championship game, but then there wasn't just quite enough. What are your thoughts going into this state championship game?
I mean, definitely, don't pass up on opportunities, take advantage of every moment, and basically just play our game. I mean, we strive off defense, and I think that's something that we really need to focus on, like we did against Oxford Hills, and I think we'll be good.
You know, does your experience on the football field instruct how you are in the basketball court? I mean, you are a really terrific athlete. Does one help the other?
I mean, definitely, yes. I think being put in, close game situations throughout football and it leading into basketball, I think it helped me, keep composure, and, yeah.
What are your thoughts putting on a uniform for the Portland High School Bulldogs for the last time in this game?
I mean, it's definitely a blessing to be able to make it this far, and just to put it on for the last time with the Bulldogs is an honor.
Well, thank you very much, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you.
So we're here with senior Patia Donato. Patia, you've had a great year. You've led the team in rebounds this year. And, you know, in years past, we've called your name, of course, but your brother Wani, Cosmo, Peter, and you're really, I guess, the last in the line of Donatos. What are your thoughts putting on a Portland High School uniform for the last time in this state championship game?
It's just a dream to finally make it this far in the playoffs, especially as being a Portland Bulldog.
Were you surprised that you all are in the final?
Not really. There's been talk about it being this summer, about us being in the finals.
So even as really this last summer, because Coach Russo wasn't so sure about just how good he'd be, but maybe he was just kind of keeping it down a little bit so that you weren't overconfident. You certainly had a great year this year. Do you also feel like your role as the leading rebounder is something that's really important? And how do you get to be the best rebounder? What do you do? What kind of positioning do you get to get there?
I mean, on offense, when we see the ball go up, we just crash. But defensively, we get down low and we find the body and we just hit them, and then we just go get it.
All right. Well, we wish you all the best in the state championship. Best wishes to you.
All right. Thank you.
So we're here with senior Remy Joe Wani. Remy Joe, you came from across town, Deering, and you know the word is that you are not just a great player, but that your presence is missed in the hallways because you're also really a great person and a great citizen. So I guess Deering's loss is Portland's gain. Tell us how the season has gone for you and how you've liked playing for Portland High School.
Man, it's a whole nother experience, man. I loved my time there at Deering, and I love my time here at Portland, and I just glad to be sharing it with this great group of guys, and I'm just happy to be here.
Well, you started off the season, you were injured in football, and that carried over, of course, into the basketball season. But in the time that you've played for the team, you now lead the team in scoring. So is that something that you strive for?
I mean, it was a whole process, and I really struggled with it in the beginning, and I was just encouraged by my teammates and Coach Russo. You're gonna pick up the pace, and that's really what happened. And that's really what happened. Yeah.
So, if there's a last shot of the game, would you like to be the person that takes it?
I'd like to be the last person with the ball, but I wouldn't care. Like I'd rather just whoever is hot. I think that they should get the ball. Really, anyone on this team could really make that shot. It just depends on who's hot that game.
Well, this is how you've been all year. You've been a team player all year. It's been a pleasure to cover your games, and best wishes in the state championship.
Thank you so much.
We're here with Kevin Ruggiero. Kevin, we've had a wonderful time covering you, not just this year, but in years past as well. It seems like when the team needs a spark, you're always there to, throw up a three. And in years past, that's been a very important part of this team, and it is this year as well. How does that make you feel that you are sometimes the spark plug to put up that three?
All the time, my coach sets us a play and I shoot it, and then once that 1-3 goes in, I just feel nice, and I just keep shooting the ball, and then he keeps putting the ball in my hand. I keep making the shot.
So, if I'm going to ask you the same question I asked Remy Giovanni, would you like to be the person in whose hand the ball is at the end of the game?
Well, not if someone else is hot. If I'm hot, then yeah. The ball will most likely be in my hand. That's how a coach works. Whoever the hottest player is, the ball is going to be in their hand no matter what.
Well, folks, there you have it. I mean, what an unselfish player you and Remy Joe and everybody really. It really is about team, isn't it?
Yeah, it's about teamwork. Without our defense, I don't think we'll be as where we are right now without our defense.
Well, we wish you all the best in the state championship game, and thank you.
Thank you so much.
We're here with Pepito Garamgisha. Pep, you've had a great season. We've really enjoyed covering you over the course of the last several years. What are your thoughts going into the state championship?
Just basically to win. We're coming in. We know what we have to do, and we just have to execute.
We spoke with Kevin Ruggiero about this, and you're in the same boat. You come sometimes at the most crucial times, you hit a three, or you just, whoever the hot hand is, hits that shot. Do you like having that, not really pressure, but do you like having that responsibility?
Oh yeah, for definitely. We try to look for those type of shots. We work on those type of shots every day, and for when that moment comes, we're ready to hit the shot when we're needed.
Well, we wish you all the best in the state championship, and thank you for a great season.
Thank you,
Coach Russo. What a year it's been. We've come a long way from you saying that you may not have your first win until very late in the season.
I remember that conversation after that first game of the year at Lewiston. And then things started to turn around, but I was concerned that night, to tell you the truth. I didn't realize at that point how good Lewiston really was. So if I would have known that, I probably wouldn't have felt so bad. But, on paper they were supposed to be rebuilding, and here they throttled us that first game. So I had some concerns.
Well, let's talk a little bit about going into the state championship game. Of course, Jesse Kamas had a career game, 19 points, 19 rebounds. We counted 21. We counted about 10 offensive, but the official line was almost a 20-20. What do you expect South Portland to do with respect to him, and how are you going to be able to counter that?
Okay, well, trying to think what Kevin Millington's going to do. I was thinking they'd probably play us a lot of zone, assuming that we don't have a high-scoring offense, we don't shoot a lot of threes. But then the other hand, he might want to come out and make us play 94 feet and take a lot of shots. So he's going to do one of the two things, two polar opposites, but we'll be ready for either way. They're going to probably be concerned with Jesse just because of the way he played. But Jesse will be Jesse. I'm thinking my seniors, I'm looking at Patia and Remy to offset that. That's what the plan is.
You know, I have to say, one of the things that has impressed us so much, just to speak about Jesse one more time, is he's your big man who really can nail down the foul shots, and that can become very important.
Yeah, he's an excellent foul shooter. Has a great touch at the foul line, and mentally he enjoys and he likes and he can handle that situation. So late in the game, close game, foul line opportunities, we'll try to get him as many touches as we can. And then talking about my other senior, Kennedy, we're going to rely on him to cover Jalen. I mean, Kennedy is quick enough and strong enough. I'm hoping that he can just cover him, face guard him every time he's in the game. So I'm kind of counting on that.
Well, you know, South Portland only beat you by 1 point in the last game, so I'm sure that, you know something about them. And this is not your first rodeo with Kevin Millington either. In fact, he's our favorite coach whose last name is not Russo. You know, his first 2 years as coach of South Portland, he found himself in the state finals against you. And so he probably knows a little bit about how you coach, and you certainly know about him as well. One of the things that you do so well, Coach, is you find a player. You have an instinct that a particular player is going to come in and hit it, whether it's Pep or Kevin or Brady from the corner on occasion or whoever it is. It just seems that somebody steps up.
Yeah, that's, we really don't have the superstar. You know, we have some quality players, but we don't have that one superstar that, say, other teams have. So we do it by committee, and the kids, we go 6, 7 deep, and, our 6th and 7th man, our 8th man, we have a lot of confidence in them. So if we need them in the game, I don't hesitate to call their number. I mean, Pep did it a couple times. Kevin's been really instrumental off the bench. Sam Esposito, as of late, has been awesome. So that's how we look at it. We try to find, maybe a weakness in that team and see if we can exploit it with one of those 8 guys, and we go with it and see what happens.
Coach, a final question. What are your thoughts going into what could be your 6th state championship game?
Well, I said to Kevin, I told Kevin to go easy on me. Let me win this one because he's a lot younger and he's got plenty of time for more. But he quickly reminded me that we beat him twice, so that's not going to be his plan. But we're playing some good basketball. That game we played him at the Expo, last game of the year, was a tremendous game. We don't even really look at it as a loss. I know the scoreboard indicated we lost it, but it was right at the very end. We had the lead, so it was more of a lesson. So we're going to work hard and give it our best shot and see what happens.
Coach, we wish you all the best heading into the state championship, and thank you so much for a great season.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
We're here with Coach Kevin Millington. Coach, first of all, congratulations on a great season. Not just a great season, but a great 3 or 4 seasons where the last 3 you're 57-5. You're really, frankly, it's becoming habit with you. But I want to ask, the playoffs, but I want to ask you this question. Last year, you're a state champion. You lose J.P. Estrella, you lose Owen Mahoney, and yet you just come in and you just kick it. What did you do this year to make this team win?
Well, first of all, we still have a lot of really good players and a lot of really good experience too. So, we had to play a different way. We had to play a little bit more guard-oriented. We weren't dumping it into a 6'10" kid all night long. But, we just had to change our identity a little bit. But, at the end, talent will prevail.
So you do have several experienced players from the championship team last year, and how does that instruct how your team does? I assume the experience helps.
Yeah, I think it's just a basketball game to them at this point. They've played, these guys have played 7 games down here in their career. So, and same with Portland, they're here a lot too. So, it's just 2 teams in a street fight the fans are here, but we won't notice them. So,
well, Coach, again, we congratulate you on just great seasons right through your 4th state championship game in 7 years. Best of luck tonight.
Thanks so much, and hopefully we can come out on top of Portland this time.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Coach, we had a chance to talk with you, of course, during practice. You may not know this, but to a person on your team, your players are all about team. They don't necessarily want the ball in their hand at the end unless they have the hot hand. They want the hot hand to have the shot. That's a direct quote, they say, from you, and they emulate that. We talked to Kevin Millington beforehand, his 4th state championship game in 7 years. He said it's going to be a street fight. Hopefully they come on top. I just want to ask you, what are your final thoughts going into this game, Coach?
Well, both teams' strengths are totally different from one another. You know, their strengths are maybe they're 1 and 5. Our strengths are 3 and 4. So it's going to see who can exploit who in those areas. And I think it's going to be a 32-minute game. It's going to be crazy.
Well, Coach, best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Coach Russo going for his 6th state championship. It's going to be next on WPPS TV3. We're going to open in just a moment. And then there were two teams ranked number 2 in their respective divisions in the state class AA championship here at Cross Insurance Arena. This is Steve Schwartz along with Frank Myatt and Mike Harford tonight. Guys, we've been here before. This is Kevin Millington's 4th state championship game in the last 7 years, but these two teams have played in 2016 and 2017 for the state championship. What are you looking for tonight, Mike Hoffer?
You know, unlike those other 2 meetings, I think where Portland was a decided favorite, this is a coin flip in my mind, because as you said in your intro, they are 2 number 2 seeds. I don't think many people expected both, or frankly either team, to be in this game. They're here. They deserve to be here. They both had great runs through their respective regional tournaments. How's this? Let's try this on for size, Steve. 100 years ago, almost to the day, Portland and South Portland first played in a tournament game. Here they are for the 31st time. The series is tied 15-15. Something's got to give, and it's going to be fascinating to see what happens here. I expect a very close game, probably played in the 40s. I think Jalen Jackson's probably the best individual player out there, but Portland's just got the great teamwork, and they have Coach Russo, who to me is the X factor here tonight. He got this team through the regional tournament, and I think he might just give the Bulldogs the slightest edge when push comes to shove.
Well, Frank, you know, Mike talks about the history. He knows it so well. South Portland is 57-5 in the last 3 years, but Portland from 2015 to 18, including those 2 championships, was 76-8. Both teams know a little something about winning, and Jesse Kamas had a heck of a game last time.
Yeah, absolutely, Steve. We heard Coach Russo after the regional final. He said Jesse Kamas can do that anytime he gets on the floor. They're going to need that for him tonight to counter big Gabe Galarraga from South Portland. But for me, overall, the X factor is going to be Remy Jowani. If he shows up and can put in 18 to 20 points, the Bulldogs are going to be in a really good position to win this game. If it comes down to the wire, though, look for Jalen Jackson. Usually those veteran guards can win you state championships. I think the Red Riots have an advantage in a tight game like that down the stretch. High scoring, good for South Portland. Low scoring, good for Portland. Should be good fun to see how these 2 coaches match up.
Well, Coach Millington said it's going to be a street fight, and we're going to bring you all of the exciting action momentarily. So John Coyne down at the scorer's table is going to announce the players and the starters.
Regardless of the outcome of today's game, the Maine Principal Association asks that all spectators consider the time and effort that each of these young participants have put forth to represent the school. All participants and spectators are expected to assist in the promotion and achievement of new sportsmanship ideals by taking personal responsibility for keeping this contest at a high level of fair, clean, and wholesome competition. Remember, sportsmanship, the only missing piece is you. And now let's meet the participants for tonight's contest. First, for the Portland High School Bulldogs, a junior, number 1, Kevin Rugabira.
So Kevin Rugabira being introduced.
Yeah, Rugabira's had a
hot and cold postseason. He was fantastic against Lewiston, kind of disappeared against Oxford Hills. He's a perimeter player, can stretch the floor. If he gets hot, he's going to force South Portland not to be able to help off him. They're going to have to step out and defend all of his shots.
Junior number 12, Eddie Antonio.
You know, we've spoken of how, you know, the saying goes, the maxim goes, it's hard to beat a team 3 times in a season. These teams only played once officially, but they played twice. There's Sam Esposito had a crucial 3-pointer in an early playoff game.
Yeah, and that other matchup, Steve, that you referenced was a Christmas tournament game, which I believe South Portland won, but a game where both teams kind of played their entire squad. And the anecdotal evidence I heard from scorekeeper Dave Vassar was they were evenly matched. So nothing really new to be garnered from that matchup.
No, and there's Hayden Bachman, our former camera person. He's injured and not suiting up tonight. We have his mom, Tori Bachman, on camera tonight. We're very pleased to have her. She's been with us all season. As Henry Guillot, station manager, is on assignment tonight with the school board. So in the last matchup between these two teams that mattered, Remy Jowani had 22 points. Jesse Kamas had 13. And of course, if Jesse Kamas gets hot, watch out.
Yeah, both these teams deep, going probably 8 or 9 deep into their bench throughout much of the postseason.
It was a low-scoring affair. South Portland won 47-46. Gabe Galarraga, their big man, had 18 points. Jalen Jackson, 11, the only 2 in double figures for South Portland.
Of course, Jalen Jackson, 2 of those 11 on that put back at the horn to win it for the Red Riots.
And now your starting lineups.
Here are the starters. Kennedy Charles.
Yep, Senior Fitzpatrick Award finalist.
Junior number 3,
Jaden Kim will counter him. Although we expect Kennedy Charles to be defending Jalen Jackson.
Yeah, absolutely. If Portland comes out in man-to-man, it will be Kennedy Charles on Jackson. If they see zone, then obviously no one's guarding anybody, or everyone's guarding everybody.
Grady Tower, floor general.
He had a fantastic regional final game, particularly the second half. Took care of the basketball, set up the Bulldogs for some good looks.
That's Jalen Jackson for South Portland. Mr. Everything for South Portland this year. Remy Jowani, the leading scorer, almost 13 points a game for Portland. Second leading rebounder to Patia Donato. Gabe Galarraga gave the Dogs fits and starts.
He had that electric dunk in the Expo. Just a fantastic athlete, great player. He's a player who can step out on the perimeter and hit some big shots too.
Patia Donato, the team leader in rebounds.
It'll be interesting to see how Portland counters Galarraga if and when they go man-to-man. You know, he's a matchup problem. He's maybe a little strong for Patia Donato, maybe too quick for Jesse Kamas. So it will be interesting to see how Coach Russo draws that up.
That's Ben Smith, number 11. We know him pretty well. He's had a great tournament. Jesse Kamas, the 19-19 man the last time, 19 points, 19 rebounds.
Yeah, nearly a 20-20 game for Jesse Kamas. That won him the Vinyl Trophy in the North, and of course, Jalen Jackson, the Vinyl Trophy winner in the South for the Red Riots.
Joey Hanlon is starting for South Portland to round out their starting 5. I don't think they'll do a national anthem, but because the girls' game had that, where Oxford Hills handily defeated Gorham in the first game here tonight.
Yeah, I think what I heard, something like a 55-11 run by Oxford Hills. Just incredible. Gorham came out with a nice second quarter, but the Vikings just put the hammer down.
I don't really, I don't recall the final. I think it was, well, I can call it up pretty quickly. It was 62-25. So here we go, Frank, something that we This is not our first rodeo, let's put it that way.
No, not at all, Steve. We heard Michael Hoffer say the series is tied 15-15 in all tournament action, going back to March 9th, 1923, a 38-18 win for the Bulldogs. South Portland has won 11 state championships in the MPA era since 1922. Portland with 10.
It's the Battle of the Bridge. We have Gabe Galarraga jumping with Jesse Kamas.
A couple large and vocal student sections ready to go. And so is the referee.
What we've waited for. South Portland controls early. Jaden Kim with the ball.
Portland right out in 2-3 zone. So the zone's going to force South Portland to do a little more perimeter work, although nice feed inside, no call. Rebound, Remy Giovanni.
Quickly up court. The quick pass to Kamas inside. He wants it. The rebound, Gabe Galarraga. So both teams come out and run and gun. That is from way downtown for Jalen Jackson for three. Wow.
I feel like he shot that one from Center Street. South Portland out in man-to-man.
Well, and that's exactly what Kevin Millington said they would do when he spoke to Steve Craig from the Press Herald.
Yeah, and actually a little bit of a switching man, as is common with a team coming out of the matchup zone. I would not be surprised to see the Riots go back to it for possession or two, though.
Well, deep in the corner here.
Yeah.
The swish for Joey Hanlon. Kevin Millington, smart move starting him today.
Yeah, and that right there is one way that will to get Portland out of the zone. You know, if South Portland keeps coming out hot from long range, Bulldogs are going to have to get out and defend a man-to-man.
6-0 is the score with 6.5 minutes left here in the first quarter.
Travel. That good defense there by Hanlon.
First turnover of the game.
Yeah, and here's the switch. Portland matching up here man-to-man. Good look inside out. That's what you want.
Oh, off of Kamas's hand.
Travel. And teams trade turnovers there.
But South Portland with the 6-0 lead early. Couple of minutes into this game here at Cross Insurance Arena. Brady Toer over half court. Inside to Wani. Wani's falls. Kennedy Charles, Wani's inside, and another turnover.
Wow, nice ball handling there at Kim. Looked like he was out of control, but he was able to corral it.
We have a push.
South Portland foul.
Yeah.
It'll be on Galarraga. It is on Galarraga. His first foul of the game.
Two minutes and 10 seconds into the game, the first foul is called. Here's Brady Toer. Tightly guarded
nice look.
now.
And you know, I wonder if it's getting a little slick out there. We've seen Remy Giovanni go down a couple times here. There's 3 quick turnovers for the Bulldogs.
A little uncharacteristic for him, but you almost wonder if he's favoring his leg a little bit. So he had that injury in the state, the semifinal that so he couldn't play in the regional final against South Portland, which Portland won. In football.
Interesting matchups here, right? It is Donato on Galarraga.
Remy Giovanni skies for that. You give him credit for a rebound on that?
I do.
Wani waits.
Nice take.
Fouls.
Yep, right idea there. Charles forcing it in. Wani shot fake, got fouled. Chance to go to the line for 2.
Score is still 6-0. 5 minutes left here in the first quarter.
Jalen Jackson picking up that foul for the Red Riots.
First point of the game for the Dogs, scored by their leading scorer, Remy Jowani. Hits them both. It's a 4-point game. 6-2. South Portland is up. Brady Tower. Wani. Now they take a moment here as Joey Hanlon.
So here's the matchup. It's Camus against Hanlon. He's giving him a ton of room. Almost just playing help side off him.
Smith inside. 8-2 now. Still a 6-point lead for South Portland. And a dangerous pass.
Yep, block there. That will be on Hanlon. And it is his first.
Brady Tower finding himself on the floor as he's been many, many times this year.
And spends a lot of time on the hardwood.
He is a fire plug.
Not afraid to get his nose dirty. Oh, boy.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, not a great pass there.
Remy Joe is not feeling it early. Jackson. High off the glass. Who else but Jesse Thomas with the rebound?
His first rebound of the game.
Gets the ball up to Patia Donato.
Donato just lost it. And 5 turnovers right off the bat from Portland.
Smith inside, outside again. Around the horn for South Portland. There's Galarraga in.
Yeah. And again, nothing Brady Tower could do. That's just a matchup nightmare for the Bulldogs.
So shooting 2 here.
Yeah, Tower wisely tangles him up.
Gabe Galarraga. He can open up an 8-point lead here by sticking these foul shots. So they've got a big man who can sink foul shots.
As you know, one of my recipes for success.
One for 2, but Ben Smith with the rebound.
And those second chances are going to hurt.
Smith for 2. 4 points for him. He leads all scorers. It's 11-2. 3.5 minutes left here in the first quarter. Here's Patia.
Travel. You got to wonder if Coach Russo might be thinking timeout here. That's 6 turnovers in the first 4.5 minutes.
He's got Sam Esposito coming in. There's Hanlon. Round the horn, Smith, Kim.
Travel.
6-2 in turnovers. The Dogs are leading that category they do not want to lead in. 3:12 left in the first quarter. 11-2 is the score. South Portland has really come out to quite a lead here.
Yeah, Red Riot shooting pretty well from the floor, 44%, 50% from 3. Those 2 quick ones hurt, and there's another turnover. And the Tower hustles to preserve the possession, but I think that's going to be a foul on someone. It'll be a foul on Ben Smith, number 11. His first, South Portland's 4th. As Andrew Heffernan will check in to replace Galarraga.
The Dogs have 1 foul so far. Brady Tower will come out. And we have a timeout, Coach Russo. So, folks, with just under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter, first half, the score, South Portland 11, Portland 2. We are back after the Joe Russo timeout. We'll see what he had to say to his team.
Yep, quick 30-second break, chance to get the pulses down, None of these players on the floor for the Bulldogs have played in a state championship game before. Travel. As Kevin Ruggiero is going to go to the table to check in for the Dogs.
He's going to replace Kennedy Charles. Jalen Jackson's got 1 3-pointer tonight. He's been held relatively in check. It's a low-scoring game. Usually that favors the Dogs, but not if they're only going to have 2 points.
Well, they got to start hitting some field goals. They have to start getting some looks, but 7 turnovers in the first quarter is certainly not the recipe for success. And good hard screens, that motion offense.
And Smith goes in hard. Brady Tower has the ball.
That good work by Brady to protect that basketball.
In the corner to Sam Esposito. Here is Kevin Ruggiero.
Yeah, you know, Steve, I know that Portland needs some offense there, but he's not a take it off the dribble kind of shooter. And South Portland answers with a turnover, though, so 7-3 in the turnover margin. Bulldogs leading in that category that you never want to lead in.
Jesse Kamas is back in for Sam Esposito. Yeah. I think what you really want, right, is Kevin Ruggiero to play off a screen or a design play for him to get the ball.
And here comes Gabe Galarraga to check back in to counter Jesse Kamas. Kim all over Ruggiero.
So Jesse had the shot, but wow. No travel?
Travel, I think.
Nope, they got a foul.
Foul on Ruggiero, kind of the last man in the pile.
No, they're going to call on Brady Tower.
Yep. His second.
You expect Pepito Garam-Gisha to come in for Brady Tower.
Yeah.
I mean, a 1-2 punch off the bench, any one of them is capable.
Yeah, here you go. So South Portland overload against the zone and the inbound. Nice look for Jackson.
Yeah, and then they get the rebound. High off the glass. And higher still, Jesse Kamas. The quick outlet to Remy Jowani up and in.
Yep, again, good work by the Dogs. Keep their eyes up, get the bucket for 2.
11 of 4, all 4 buckets. All 4 points by Remy Jowani. 1:10 left here in the first quarter. Inside, Paget. Jackson. He's very strong.
Yeah, nice defense there by Patia Donato there. Was giving up some quickness. Bulldogs going to reset.
Nice screen. Here's Patia Donato inside. Jesse Kamas with a rebound, up and...
Oh my
goodness.
Yeah, I thought Patia had that tip, but no good.
So it's just not falling right now for the Dogs. 11-4 with 22 seconds left. There's no shot clock. And if there were, it wouldn't be going now anyway because of the time left. Number 30 is Manny Hidalgo. So Coach Millington wisely pulling his starters to end the quarter.
No, they still got Jackson and Galarraga in there.
Jackson and Galarraga, but 3 others, he doesn't.
Oh boy. Runner no good.
So we're going to end the first quarter with the Riots up 11-4. We're back.
That Bulldog basketball to start the second half. An abysmal 13% shooting from the floor for Coach Russo's squad.
They can only go up from there.
Yeah, 1 field goal in that entire quarter.
Oh, a nice pass though, and
foul by Hanlon.
Oh.
That'll be 2 on Joey Hanlon. 5 on the Red Riots.
To 2 for the Dogs, by the way, as Patia Donato will set up at the free throw line for 2 shots. Could make it a 6-point game. struggled from the foul line this year. That time, like butter. Drew Foley checks in for the Riots. Donato buries both.
Yep, Donato a 47% foul shooter, but that percentage will go up on those two.
Here's Kim inside. Outside to Smith. He thinks about it. Goes in.
A nice look for Kim.
He is
for
hot tonight,
Smith, that is.
Smith. 3 field goals, 6 points, leads all scorers. 13-6. Riots in front.
Nice block by Galarraga.
Guillaume Gisha. Rugabira had a screen, got better of it. The opportunities evaporate pretty quickly, don't they, Frank?
Yeah, South Portland closing out well. Another block by Galarraga.
Oh, goodness. Stays South Portland's ball. I think Patia Donato was praying that a foul was not called on him for that reach. Second inbounds to Smith. Around the horn to Foley. Here's Kim. Galarraga outside.
Well, looks like Portland, I think, yeah, Portland is in 2-3 off the inbound. And they're going to match up now.
There's trouble.
It must have been right on the catch and the dribble.
So Guillaume Gisha and Rugabira are in. They provide tremendous depth to the Dogs. Around the horn to Rugabira. God, tries to go over Galarraga. Here's Kamas underneath. Boy, did he fight for that.
Yeah, and that's one of my pet peeves, Steve. As you know, he brought the ball down. I think we're going to have, he got moisture on the floor. Brought the ball down, but it worked out for him.
So it's 13-8. A 5-point South Portland lead as Portland claws back here. 6:12 left in the first half.
Yeah, little 6-2 run here for the Bulldogs. Extending back into the first quarter.
Galarraga to Kim, Kim to Jackson.
Oh, nice cut there by Foley.
Gosh, that was a heck of a pass. But once again, Kamas there. Here's Guillaume Gisha.
Well, Jesse Kamas, 6 rebounds so far.
Including, by my count, at least 1 offensive rebound. Guillaume Gisha. Wani, he thought about it. Portland playing
another
an
block.
inside game. Another block by Galarraga.
Yeah, that's 3.
Low-scoring game usually favors the Dogs, not tonight. 13-8, 5:17 left in the first half. Kim stops at the line, doesn't fall. Donato, Wani, Rugabira.
That's going to be another block by Galarraga.
Wow.
That's 4 blocks in this quarter, I believe.
Kevin Rugabira certainly felt he was fouled.
Yeah, Coach Milliken's going to grab a timeout.
We will too with 5:05 left in the first half. The score, South Portland 13, Portland Bulldogs 8. We are back off the Kevin Millington timeout.
And Drew Vayu into the game for the Bulldogs.
Kennedy Charles is back in too. Wani with the short porch there, does not make it. Charles on Jackson. Galarraga. Player control foul.
Yeah, and as it should be there.
His second.
Nice take by Remy Giovanni. He saw Galarraga had eyes on that spot. Set up. Drew the foul. That's 2 fouls on Gabe Galarraga.
So he'll be replaced by Andrew Heffernan.
And 6 team fouls on the Red Riot. So the Bulldogs will be in the bonus.
Only 2 on Portland so far. So, I mean, with the fouls and the score, everything but being ahead, Frank.
Well, they just can't put the ball in the hole right now. The Bulldogs are still shooting 13%. And they're turning it over at the rate of about 9.
Peter Graham-Gisha has Drew Veo.
And a very tough, aggressive man-to-man here by South Portland, right in your face.
Graham-Gisha on the right side with Kim on him. Drew Veo outside. Takes it hard to the hoop, doesn't fall. Remy Giovanni underneath. Boy, he cannot hit right now, but he's got it again. 2 offensive rebounds, and it still doesn't fall. 3 offensive rebounds. Drew Veo. Oh my goodness gracious, folks. How many more, Mr. Speaker? 3 offensive rebounds. It did not work. Thomas with the rebound again. Thomas for the 3.
Nice look.
There you go. 13-11, it's a 2-point. South Portland lead is Jackson on the break. It's fouled by Jesse Thomas.
Yep, that'll be Jesse's first. Portland's third. So Jalen Jackson going to the line looking to break an 8-minute scoreless streak for the Red a 4-minute scoreless streak for the Red Riots.
They've only got 2 points here in this quarter after 11 in the first quarter.
9-2 Portland run. He rolls the first in.
So it's a 3-point South Portland lead. We have a replacement as Manny Hidalgo will come in for Drew Foley. Jackson hits them both. His 4th and 5th points. 4-point lead for South Portland. 15-11. Just under 3 minutes left here in the first half. Graham-Gisha in the corner. Thomas steps up, but gosh, that's tough D.
Yeah, very aggressive, very South Portland kind of extending out that man-to-man all the way. Not giving any easy passes. Look for Portland to try to look for some backdoor opportunities.
Well,
man, and you know, Steve, right there, the play to me was to Remy Giovanni in the corner. You got the help. If you're Graham-Gisha, you got to know he's there.
Well, that looked like a travel, but he's going to get the foul.
That'll be on Kennedy Charles, his first.
He'll take a seat. Brady Toa will come back out. Thomas with yet another rebound. Brady Toa with the ball. Wani inside. Oh my goodness. Jesse Thomas.
And another turnover. That's an even 10 for Portland, 5 for the Riots.
17-11. 2 minutes left, folks, in the first half. The Dogs are down right now. Rugabira on Jackson. Ooh, Jackson on the cut. Donato with the rebound. Giovanni stopped at the foul line.
Yeah, nice right idea. Good look.
Yeah, but look at that. Kevin Rugabira right there for the putback. His first 2 in the game. 4-point lead for South Portland now. 17-13. 1:16 left in the first half. Well, something happened there.
Got to be a travel, a jump ball. You call it a jump ball.
He did.
I guess if they ruled that Torre had to handle the ball when the player came down with it, it is a jump ball. Usually see that more in terms of a player going straight up with simultaneous possession.
Kim with the ball now. 1:10 left here in this half. 17-13 is the score.
Yep, Portland 2-3.
Jackson, who he wanted it. Back out again to Smith. So South Portland
good ball movement.
Time. Yeah. Oh, in and out. Boy, that was a good look for Jackson. The rebound, Pepito Garamgisha. Quickly up court is Remy Giovanni. Inside to Kamas.
Wow. What a rebound by Heffernan.
No call.
Yeah, great rebound by Heffernan, though. What an effort. Jackson's second chance, no good. Bulldog basketball.
Kamas was hurt there for a moment. He's going to come off. Sam Esposito is going to come in. Not a bad move anyway with 30 seconds left here in the first half. Kamas with 1 foul.
Yep.
5 points, and by my count, 9 rebounds. Perhaps more. Garamgisha.
I have 8 rebounds on my sheet. Yeah, Portland going to play for 1 here. Nice look for Remy Giovanni.
Not feeling it though. It doesn't fall, so the teams go into the locker room with the score 17-13. So we're joined by Mike Hoffer at halftime. Mike, Kevin Millington said it's going to be a street fight, and that's how it's shaping up.
Absolutely. You know, early on, the Red Riots really had a chance to open up a nice lead and seize control of this game. They didn't do it. And I think if you're Portland, you got to be very happy to be within 4 points right now, the way this game started. Right now, this is on pace to be played in the low 30s. So those things certainly favor the Bulldogs. South Portland, Gabe Galarraga, such a force inside, but he did pick up his second foul. We'll see if the Bulldogs can take advantage of that. And it's just who's going to step up, who's going to make big shots. It was Jesse Kamas making a big 3 for Portland. They're going to need someone else to step up and find some offense. Defensively, they're playing really well.
Frank, what do the Dogs have to do to take the lead here coming into the third quarter?
Well, it sounds simple, Steve. Put the ball in the hole. I mean, Portland's shooting under 20% from the floor. Without that Jesse Kamas 3, they were 0 from three-point land. So Portland just has to kind of relax, get into their offensive flow. Maybe some backdoor cuts in motion. South Portland's being very physical, playing very far out on that man-to-man. So to me, that would open up backdoor cuts if Portland could get those safe passes up top, maybe a flash and a cut. But really, I think the ball has to go through Remy Giovanni in every possession. They can't have those possessions where the guys just kind of drive into the hole and put it up. The ball has to go through your best player's hands at this point in the season.
Well, we know Remy Joe wants the ball. He didn't get a chance to play in the regional football championship, but in this battle of the bridge, he really wants to be an impact player. Let me just say right now, the leading scorer for the Red Riots and everybody is Ben Smith with 6 points. Jalen Jackson with 5. Gabe Galarraga with 1. Joey Hanlon hit that 3. For Portland, they're led by Jesse Thomas with 5 points, almost 10 rebounds. A couple of offensive rebounds as well. Remy Giovanni with 4 rebounds or so and 4 points, and 2 apiece for Patia Donato and Kevin Rugabera. So a hallmark of South Portland teams, Portland teams, is to keep good players and other teams in check. It's been working, but it really hasn't been enough.
No, and you can see Jalen Jackson is getting a little frustrated. It looks like they're being very physical with him, and the referees are letting it go. We'll see if Jackson starts getting a few calls in the second half, because he's going to try to be the guy to take over for South Portland. We'll see how that goes as we go forward. Ben Smith's been terrific this whole tournament, and he's leading the way so far here tonight. If he has a second half like the first, it would go a long way toward leading the Red Riots to victory.
Folks, we're going to bring you second half action in a moment.
So it will be Portland basketball to start the second half. Both teams going with their original starters. For South Portland, Kim, Jackson, Galarraga, Smith, and Hanlon. For the Bulldogs, Charles, Tower, Wani, Donato, and Kamas. As a kick ball in the first possession. Stays Portland basketball. Bulldogs with an anemic shooting performance in the first half. 15% from the floor. Red Riots not too much better at 25%. And deflection. Stays Portland ball.
Here's Brady Tower. Inside, loses it. Or kicked, I think, by South Portland.
Yeah, off to Galarraga's toe.
Here comes Tower. In the corner to Kamas.
Why not?
She is hot.
If he's the guy, he's the guy, Steve.
Leading scorer on the court right now with 8 points. Brings the Dogs to within 1. 17-16. It's 40 seconds into the second half here.
Portland back in 2-3 zone.
Smith, dangerous tonight. Well, nice ball movement. Portland not really chasing. Galarraga.
Nice defensive possession.
For the rebound.
That's the defense the Bulldogs want. A long possession for South Portland and nothing to show for it. Foul. I think that'll be on Hanlon. If it is, that's 3. And it is. 3 fouls on Joey Hanlon. First foul of the second half.
So right away, South Portland will get a sub in, Manny Hidalgo.
So a couple big foul shots for Brady Tower.
He can tie it, and he can put the Dogs in the lead. He ties it, 17 all. Hits them both, gives the Dogs a 1-point lead.
That Bulldogs' first lead of the game, and here they are, 1-2-2. Scramble the defense again.
18-17. Ben Smith on the right side sees Jackson in traffic. Boy.
That's going to stay, I think, off Charles.
So deep to Smith.
Yep, South Portland, that overload inbound against the zone. Good look for Kim.
And he nails it.
Well, hot shooting got Portland out of the zone in the first half.
It's 20-18, a 2-point South Portland lead. Brady Tower drives.
He'll be fouled.
By Hidalgo.
Yep, nice aggressive take there by Brady Tower. Back to the foul line.
Well, he can tie it up this time if he hits 2. the first one. (2019), a 1-point South Portland lead. Brady Tower, cool as ice.
He's a 63% foul shooter coming into the game. Perfect so far.
20-20 is the score. Oop. Charles goes for the steal. Instead, Remy Giovanni comes up with the rebound. And my count his 5th on the night. Here's Patia Donato. He's got Galarraga on him, but
nice
Jesse
pass.
Thomas is open underneath.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful pass by Patia Donato.
Jesse Thomas takes advantage, and here's Brady Tower.
Steal.
He's bumped. Wani looking to reverse, and he's fouled by Galarraga.
That's going to be 3 on Galarraga. If it is on him, and it is.
Now at the line, shooting 2 is going to be Remy Giovanni, but Coach Millington wants to take a timeout, and so will we with 5:24 left in the third quarter. Dogs up by 2 and at the line. Portland student section over to the bench, over to the South Portland student section.
Yeah, both schools with fantastic turnouts for this game on a Monday night. Anyways, here we go. Remy Giovanni to the foul line. 2 big free throws.
There's a very big crowd here tonight at the Cross Insurance Arena. A near sellout, a couple of corner sections empty. Wani does not hit the first. Can still give the Dogs a 3-point lead if he can hit this.
Yeah, Bulldogs on a 9-3 run to open up this quarter.
Ben Smith with the rebound. Kim comes the other way.
Yeah, 1-2-2 half court here. I don't think we've seen much of this from the Bulldogs this year.
Smith steps. Kim steps.
Yeah, wow. South Portland just shooting very well from 3.
His second 3 of the quarter gives South Portland a 1-point lead. So we seesaw back and forth here. We've had a few lead changes here in this quarter.
Yeah, Riot shooting 28% from the floor, but 44% from 3.
Tor. Boy, is he covered hard. Wani gets his own rebound. Goes in.
Yep. Nice follow.
It in. 3 offensive rebounds out of his 6 tonight. It is now a 1-point Portland lead.
Nice block there by Kamas. Kamas 10 points, 9 rebounds here.
And that's the Hidalgo. Portland Donato on him.
Portland man-to-man out of the inbound. Kennedy Charles face guarding Jackson.
Kim, watch out. Oh my goodness. Smith back out again to Kim.
Good look.
Portland, South Portland, we have a foul. It's going to be...
That'll be on Jackson.
Oh, goodness.
Second foul on Jalen Jackson. 3rd on the Riots. Bulldogs the clean sheet here in the second half.
4th for the team, none for the Dogs right now. So it's a 1-point Bulldog lead, 24-23, 3:25 left here in the third quarter. Here's Remy Giovanni with Smith on him. He drives.
Nice take. Watch out, Steve. If Remy Joe gets heated up.
He's got 8 points on the night.
Good hands there by Charles.
Right back again to the Dogs. Whoa, my goodness.
He just takes out a South Portland assistant coach there.
Yeah, who pats them on the back, pats them on the shoulders. I mean, these teams are so competitive, but the level of sportsmanship has showed itself time and time again.
And you just got to appreciate hard play.
Jaden Kim. Dangerous player. So is Ben Smith in the corner.
Yeah, man, he's absolutely on fire this tournament. Tie ball game.
And he's got 9 points on the night. Here's Brady Tower. Tricky dribbles right, left.
That's 11 on my sheet for Smith, Steve.
I'll go with your sheet.
And of course, I'm deferring to Lucas McNelly of Maine Basketball Rankings, providing live stats. Nice take by Kamas.
Remy Jowani underneath. He fights. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
There were a couple of offensive rebounds in that sequence, but that's the second time tonight where there have been multiple offensive rebounds and no putback, Frank.
Yeah, a little line change here. Jeremy Gisha and Rugabir would check in for the guards.
Sam Esposito will check in for Jesse Kamas.
Yeah, full court man-to-man here from Portland. So a little matching of wits here from Coaches Russo and Millington.
Well, it is a chess match with these two. Jackson at the foul line. Oh, I'd call that a partial block by Kamas. And Sam Esposito right there. Actually, not Kamas.
It was Remy Jowani with the block.
Right. Kamas is not in. Sam Esposito got a hand on it and started this.
Got to get rid of the ball here. He's got the count on out there. Oh boy. Yeah, that's a foul on Esposito climbing over Heffernan's back. Not a great offensive possession there for the Bulldogs.
26-26 with 1.5 minutes left. This is a dogfight,
so to speak. A very physical game here.
Jaden Kim. Well, we'll see who got that. It's going to be a Portland
I think it'll be on Remy Jowani. No, it'll be on Guillermo Gisha, his first. Bulldogs second. And Manny Hidalgo with the rebound. He'll head to the foul line shooting two.
He can put the Riots up here with 1:18 left in the third quarter. 26-26 is the score. Sinks it, his first point of the night. Drew Vayu will check in.
Yeah, we'll get Patia Donato a breather going into the quarter break.
And Kennedy Charles will check in for Guillermo Gisha.
Interesting collection of Bulldogs on the floor.
Hidalgo hitting both. He gives the Riots a 2-point lead. The 1:17 left here in the third quarter. Hidalgo playing tight defense all night.
Yeah, here comes Kamas for the offensive possession.
And Remy Jowani will take it out. And here's Rugabirwa.
The count's on. He's got to do something here.
Well, that was a move. Duveo turns around. Gets his own rebound.
Oh, nice pass to Wani.
Goodness.
And I think is that foul on Kamas?
Well, you see, he was the last to reach in.
Yeah, it was. It's going to be 2 on Jesse Kamas.
(28-26), a 2-point Riot lead. 42 seconds left here.
Kamas has got to be careful in this defensive possession. 2 fouls. I would not be surprised to see Southbourne try to get a couple screens and go at Kamas. And he's guarding Heffernan in the corner. Riot's I would say definitely playing for one here. Four-corner offense. Both teams being very deliberate here. There's obviously points and possessions at a premium.
Kim wants the ball.
Oh my. Nice take. Foul by Kevin Rugabirla.
On Rugabira. Is that Kim's first two of the night?
That's what I have on my sheet. Very active player, though, offensively and defensively. Great athlete.
Pito Garam-Gisha's back in. Kim makes a three-point play out of it.
8-0 South Portland run here to close out the quarter.
It's 31-26, and Garam-Gisha is fouled, and he's down, but he's up.
Going to be on Heffernan.
That's Heffernan's first foul.
15 foul.
Garam-Gisha at the line. It's a 5-point South Portland lead. He can make it a 3-point lead.
Yeah, 3 whole seconds on the clock here, so if you're Portland, you got to be aware. Got a feeling Vayu's coming in to get Kamas out of there. No, he's in for Remy Joe. Jesse Kamas, you got to be careful here. Can't do anything foolish. Can't push Galarraga.
Garam-Gisha, not that time. Kim with the long throw. It doesn't fall. And that's how we're going to end the third quarter with South Portland up 31-26. We bring you the last 8 minutes of regular season basketball in a moment. We are back. Fourth quarter action, Steve Schwartz, Frank Myatt, Corey Bachman on camera.
Feeding them down to the block. Backcourt.
A backcourt violation.
7th Red Riot turnover. Bulldogs with 10, but they played a relatively clean second half.
So Tor now with Jalen Jackson on him. Thomas steps out. He's got Galarraga on him. Well,
a nice hustle there by Tor to get the offensive rebound. Floater for 2.
Goodness. Up and in, Brady Tor. It's a 3-point game, 31-28, 7:15 left. Smith stops at the foul line and shoots
Smith
it in.
just can't miss tonight. Ben Smith shooting 86% from the floor.
My goodness. It's a 5-point Red Riot lead. Is Kamas inside. Blocked.
That goes down off Kamas. Again, a couple possessions in a row, Steve, where the ball has not gone to Remy Jowani. I still think that offensively, he sees the floor well as a forward. He can pass pretty well. Ball's got to get into his hands.
Kim. The Tor on him on the full court press. Gets past him. In the corner to Galarraga. Doesn't fall. Off of Patia Donato.
Yeah, no, it's definitely off Donato. He's going to protest, but you got to be strong with the basketball there.
Quick hands by Kennedy Charles, but Kim retains possession. Smith.
Long two. Oh my God.
Well, I dare say if they win it, he's the MVP.
Oh, absolutely, Steve. And I think if you're Coach Russo, you come into this game thinking that it's going to be Jackson and Galarraga who are going to kill you. Can't really account for 15 points off 88% shooting from Ben Smith. And he's had a nice tournament, but today has been otherworldly for the Riots.
35-28, 6 minutes left here, folks. Tor inside. Smith with the rebound. Tor does a somersault, doesn't quite get it. Kim now outside with Tor on him. Giovanni is on Smith. Smith stops and shoots.
Wow, that's everything he throws up is going in, Steve.
37-28.
And Coach Russo's got to think about grabbing a timeout at some point here.
It's a 9-point lead for the Red Riots. He's got 4 timeouts left.
Travel.
And Coach Russo is going to take a timeout. 5 minutes, 23 left, 37-28. The Riots have broken it open, folks. So, Frank, I said that Riots have broken it open. You're not so sure.
The 9 points, they're definitely hot. 6-0 run. But still a lot of basketball left to be played. Portland just needs a good defensive possession here. Got to stop. Then followed by, I don't think we've seen a great offensive possession in a little while from them.
Galarraga skies for that.
That's the most room Jackson's had all night.
Jackson backs up.
Take some time off the clock, spread the floor.
Well, it's an interesting strategy.
I wouldn't say they're not in stall mode here, but just being deliberate.
Jackson inside.
Count it, yeah. Wow. Donato slid under him a little bit. He was already going down when Jackson left his feet.
It'll be on Donato. It's his first.
Well, Steve, I think you can say they've blown it open now.
Well, it's an 11-point lead with 4.5 minutes left.
And there's a Portland team that definitely struggles to score.
Make it 12.
Jackson's 8th point of the night.
In the corner is Camus. Kennedy Charles back out again.
Toward drive to the block, tries to feed to Camus, but turns it over again. 12th Portland turnover. Yeah, the official of the conference on that, that's definitely off Remy Giovanni. Yeah, and good for them for getting it right.
Remy Giovanni thought it was off him.
Oh, yeah, it was great.
He knew it.
Great hustle play, good deflection, just no way he was going to get possession.
Kim with the ball now, just under 4 minutes, folks.
Yeah, I think you're going to see a little bit of trap here from the Portland guards up top. 12 points. Yeah, there you go. This is a back trap. Heffernan.
To Kim.
Yeah.
That is going to be the icing on the cake here, folks. Barring a miracle, 43-28 is the score. 3.5 minutes left. Coach Russo's not done yet. He's going to talk to his team. He's going to take a full timeout, and so are we. We are back. The last 3:28 of the game here. We'll see what Coach Russo has cooked up. Donato.
Yeah, that's going to go a long way.
Three.
Breaks a 12-0 run.
It's a 12-point lead, and now we have a jump ball.
Yeah, arrow to the Bulldogs.
Some flashes of brilliance at times for the Dogs, but they're going to need a lot here for the last 3 minutes. Rugabirwa inside, floats it up. Thomas is stripped.
Taken away.
Here we go, wide open, Heffernan. Third foul on Jesse Common. Oh no!
Wow.
What did they call? We looked down and we missed it.
I think they're out of bounds off South Portland. Wait, travel?
Not a foul.
Another turnover for the Red Riots. They've got 9.
Here's Patia Donato. We just hit the 3. Toer thinks about it, thinks better of it.
Yep, there you go. And another timeout.
Yeah, so there's one more for Joe Russo after this one. 3 left for the Red Riots. It's 43-31. Frank, let's stay with you right now as we see the teams meeting. Again, you hate to say it's over. There's 2.5 minutes left.
Yeah, but again, if you're Portland, this is a team that has struggled to score. So 12 points in 2.5 minutes seems like a tall task. And to me, again, like I've been saying it all night, the ball has to be in Remy Giovanni's hands. He's the only player, in my opinion, who can pour in those kind of points at the pace that they'll need in order to win this game. And defensively, it's getting to be trap time. Another number to keep an eye on. Portland still with 1 foul to give. Not quite in foul territory yet. But just a fantastic game from the South Portland role players. Jaden Kim and Ben Smith. 30 points between them.
Toer with the ball. Inside, Tawani loses it though.
Yeah, jump ball, arrow to the Riots. Just not a great entry pass, good entry pass, just not a great series there for Remy Joe putting on the floor. So 14th Bulldog turnover.
The press quickly broken. Brady Toer with the steal. The pass to Rugabira.
Yeah, rebound for Kim and a foul by Patia Donato. Bulldogs' final foul to give. So both teams will be in the bonus. Kick.
Al Jackson with the ball.
Yeah, he just beat Wani right there, defense up with the right hand, put it in for 2.
In the corner, Rugabira, good look. He hits it. 45-34 though with 1:38 left.
Yeah, nice break there by South Portland.
I mean, no foul called.
Yeah, Bulldogs fighting all the way, but 9 points, 85 seconds. Coach Millington will take a timeout.
Galarraga wanted the foul called on him and wanted to go to the line, but Millington will take the timeout. And we'll take a break with 1:24 left. 45-34 is the score. The Red Riots are firmly in command here, folks. Here we are. 1:24 left. South Portland on the cusp of a second state championship in a row.
Now, they say the hardest thing to do in sports is repeat. Coach Millington's squad is about to have that rare opportunity here. Jaden Kim going to the line, 12 points, all in the second half.
Kim's had a great game tonight.
And clutch when the Red Riots needed it. He pretty much was their offense in the third quarter. Then Ben Smith came right back.
Kid Donato with the rebound. Down to Jesse Kamas. Inside and in.
And that's going to be a foul on Smith. I think Tower shooting 1-and-1 here.
It's a 10-point lead. They can make it an 8-point lead, but again, I'm not sure Reggie Miller is in the house.
Well, and if you're Portland, this is the only way you can possibly get back into this game is by getting points without time coming off the clock.
And that doesn't do it. Jalen Jackson.
Yeah, nice break.
Up to Heffernan. Here's Smith.
He'll be fouled.
By Patia.
Patia, Remy Joe, there's plenty of options there. It will be Remy Joe Wani. And the Red Riot student section aptly chanting MVP for Ben Smith.
Wow, what a game. Here comes Drew Vayu for Patia Donato. 55 seconds left. 47-36. It's an 11-point lead. Make it 12 as Smith has, I dare say he hasn't missed tonight.
89% from the floor. 100% from three-point range.
Wani for three.
And at this point, it's all cosmetics for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, it's 48-39. Hard foul by Jesse Kamas. Brady Toa helping him up. He's a little slow to get up.
And Smith will go back to the foul line.
Kamas' fourth foul. Well, I guess third foul.
That might have three on my sheet.
Wow, he missed. And then Jackson comes up with the offensive rebound to put an exclamation point on this one.
Yeah, referees.
Here's Smith. Gonna give it to Galarraga.
Yeah, Galarraga went up for the dunk. Portland wasn't letting him have it.
Inside to Kamas. Galarraga with the foul. Kamas will be at the line. Kamas sinks the first one. It's a 10-point game. 14.7 seconds left. It's all over but the cutting down of the nets. The rebound is Heffernan's. Galarraga.
Yeah, they're just going to pull it out here. Oh, and another foul by Wani. So Jackson, 10 points. A chance to add to that number here.
Sinks another one. So Esposito, James Johnson come in. A host of other players for South Portland, Micah Niembo.
Colin Banks. Josh Barasio. Angel Oriana in for the Bulldogs.
Jackson sinks them both, gives them a dozen on the night. And here is Rugabira up and in. And that's how it's going to end, 52-42. The South Portland Red Riots repeat as Class AA state champions. Congratulations to Coach Millington, Athletic Director Todd Livingston. We're going to go down to the floor and we're going to wrap up with Mike Hoffer. So joined by Mike Hoffer. Mike, we could say it's an overachieving Portland team who Coach Russo earlier in the season didn't think would get their first win until about 10 games into the season. But talking with Frank as well, we at the beginning of the game, if we had thought that Jalen Jackson and Gabe Galarraga would combine for 15 points, we would have said Portland might have won that game.
Absolutely. They did a great job limiting Jackson. I mean, Galarraga was a force defensively with the 4 block shots in the first half. But what can you say about Ben Smith? He really started to come on at the end of the regular season, had an absolutely phenomenal tournament in the game of his life when it mattered most. He even had a little luck on his side. That last field goal of his that he shot through traffic, it bounced around and in. This was South Portland's night. I think they were a slightly better team. They certainly peaked right at the right time. And this is the first time in 43 years the Red Riots have gone back-to-back. So it's an amazing accomplishment. And if you're from the Portland perspective, what a great season. And you're right. I remember back after the opening loss to Lewiston, it was not going to be a good season in the minds of the coaches, but they wound up getting to the final game of the year. They even led in the second half. But at the end of the day, they just didn't have quite enough. A lot to be proud of, a lot to keep your heads held high if you're a Portland fan, player, or coach.
Now, let's talk just a little bit about Kevin Millington. I mean, he lost J.P. Estrella, he lost Owen Maloney. He had another 6'5" player, I think, in Hobbs that chose not to play. He did it anyway.
He did it anyway, and obviously he's a great coach. I think this takes him to another level. You beat Joe Russo in a state game, you're at an elite level. And, this time a year ago, South Portland was the program that couldn't win. They hadn't won one for 3 decades. Now they've gone back-to-back. They weren't supposed to do this year. They were last year. They weren't supposed to this year. He got them here, and who's to say they won't do it again sometime soon. But a great effort by Coach Millington and his staff, and they just saved their best for last. They really did.
So, Frank, we can go over the totals in a moment, but you said it. Keeping their South Portland's best players to 15 points just wasn't enough.
Yeah, Gabe Galarraga seemed like a matchup problem to me, but it was those secondary players. We talked about Ben Smith, 19 points, shooting 89% from the floor. Jaden Kim, 13 points, all in the second half. He really emerged there as a player the Portland had to come out and defend. They were devoting a lot of energy defensively to Galarraga and to Jackson, and South Portland as a team just flat out beat them.
Folks, so we're going to give you the line on the scoring. Ben Smith did have 19 points to lead all scorers tonight. Jaden Kim, 13 points. Jalen Jackson had 12. 3 apiece for Gabe Galarraga, Joey Hanlon, and 2 for Manny Hidalgo. About 5 rebounds for Ben Smith as well, and 4 or 5 for Jalen Jackson. Now, for Portland, they were led by, once again, Jesse Kamas, who also had a double-double, 13 points, about 11 rebounds, 4 offensive rebounds. Remy Jowani also, I believe, with a double-double with 11 points and 10 rebounds. And Brady Toa had 6. Kevin Rugabira had 7. And Patia Donato had 5. But with all of that, just not enough tonight, Mike.
No, it wasn't. And I think the feeling was coming in, if you're Portland, you wanted to have this game in the 40s. And at halftime, it looked like it was going to be even lower than that. But South Portland erupted in the second half. And Portland just didn't quite have enough offense to make up the difference?
Well, you know, the game started out with an 11-2 score, and Portland clawed back. Coach Millington said at the beginning it was going to be a street fight. I think Coach Russo agreed with that. In the end, South Portland is victorious. They get the repeat. That's going to do it from here. This is Steve Schwartz along with Frank Myatt, Mike Hoffer. We've been joined by others this year, Henry Gio on camera, Hayden Bachman on camera, and Tori Bachman tonight. Thank you for a great season, folks. Hold your head up high, Portland Bulldogs, and congratulations to the South Portland Red Riots. Good night.